Hey everybody, Eric Monroe, financial advisor, employee benefit consultant again. Back again talking about annuities. If you check out my first video, you'll hear a little bit about the common characteristics of all these annuities to educate you and give you a baseline. Just did the fixed, check that out. I'm going to be talking almost about the polar opposite of fixed, which is variable. So a variable annuity is just what it sounds. It is an annuity contract, again, tax deferred earnings. But rather than it being a fixed interest rate, a variable annuity is a package of different investments, similar to mutual funds. So you have a whole menu of different investments to choose from, and you manage those investments in that annuity contract or package, if you will. So that really what that does is give you the leverage of tax deferral. So if you have a regular investment account, you pay tax on the dividends, interest, and gains every year. But if you had that same investment account inside of an annuity wrapper, all those interest gains and profits would be deferred that year, rolled back into the contract, and deferred again and again and again until you take that money out. So all your earnings are going to be tax deferred until you actually surrender that contract. It is an annuity, so that means it is long term. If you take money out before 59 and a half, you'll be penalized. It is a retirement plan product for that purpose. But it gives you a lot of flexibility with your different investment choices. You can also, a lot of companies add what they call a living benefit rider. And these are very cool and appropriate for some, not all. But if it is something that you're looking for, it offers guarantees not only in the growth of your contract, but also in your income when you take it. So there are some nuances. There's really, with that guaranteed growth, it's not your actual account that grows. It is the insurance company mirrors your account from the start and says, let's say the mirror is up 7% a year and you might only be up 5%. But when you take income, they're going to guarantee your income on whichever amount is higher. So you always have access to your own money. You always manage it, and you can do whatever you like with that. But the insurance company is mirroring that and increasing that account value every year. If your account value is higher, your income is higher. If their account value is higher, then it comes off of that account value. And so that way, somewhat protect your downside, meaning that when you look for income, it's going to give you a guaranteed rate of income every year. Let's call it 5.5% a year based on either the mirrored account or your account value. I guess that's the upside. The downside would be there are very high fees in this kind of contract. So oftentimes I hear that's the biggest turnoff with annuities are that there are fees that are too high. And I'll be honest with you, they're pretty high. They could be 3% per year all in with some of these contracts. However, if you're willing to pay 3% to have those guarantees, then that's a trade-off that you're willing to make, and you have to really make that decision. If you don't have those guaranteed riders, it's basically a regular investment account that is tax deferred with money maybe that you've already paid tax on. So I call this an appropriate investment for somebody looking for tax deferral from their investment account, or they're looking for guarantees, and that would be appropriate for people even with retirement money coming from an IRA, 401k distribution, or a pension payout, but you want guarantees on that money. This is maybe an opportunity for you to look at that, is a guarantees on a variable annuity. Higher fees again, but perhaps you call it peace of mind, and you're able to sleep at night knowing that those guarantees are there. So if you're not interested in paying those higher fees, I would definitely not put money in this account. This type of annuity, it is highly risky because you could lose money. Your investments could go down. You could lose money. There is no guarantee on the downside. Your account value will fluctuate with whatever your investments do. So not for the lighthearted, not for the people looking for guarantees. Perhaps one of these other annuities would be more appropriate for you. And again, there's surrender charges. You typically can't get out for 7, maybe even 10 years without a penalty or a deferred surrender charge. That charge goes down the longer you hold it, but it's still there. And again, you should have access to 10, maybe 15%, depending on the contract, of your account value each year without those penalties. And once the contract matures, let's say it's a 7-year contract, 7 year and a day, there are no longer any surrender charges. You're free to do whatever you like with that money. And like all annuities, except for immediate, you can transfer between different annuities. So let's say your 7 years is up, you don't want that anymore, you're more inclined to go fixed. You can take that annuity or some of it and exchange it, still carry over that tax deferral, not be penalized, not be taxed, and roll it over into a fixed account. So a lot of flexibility. If you want more information on annuities in general, let me know. I'm happy to send you, a free guide on annuities. And if you would like, happy to review any annuities that you currently have and let you know how competitive they are. Perhaps if you are familiar with the contract because it's 5 or 6 years old, I can go over the ins and outs of that with you again as well. Listen, I'm here. I'm happy to help. Hopefully this video helps as well. Please like, share, and comment, and absolutely reach out to me if you have any questions. Thanks so much.